Hey, how's it going everyone? It's me, it's Count, here with a brand new Pokemon Go video. Today I'm going to be telling you how you can duo Heatran. It's actually really easy. If you're looking for one of these, but you do not have the numbers in order to raid this Pokemon, well, do not worry, just watch this video. You will be able to duo this Pokemon after watching this guide. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. How's it going, guys? Welcome to today's video. Yes, Heatran is back in raids, and along with it we do have a new shiny form as well, so this Pokemon is definitely worth going out and trying. But of course, Heatran is one of those Pokemon that a lot of players tend to ignore even with its new shiny form, and it is really cold out there right now in the winter, so a lot of people may not necessarily be interested in raiding this Pokemon. So if you at least can get one more player, you will be able to defeat this Pokemon even if you are level 30. If you're not level 40, you don't have to worry about it. So yeah, just follow this guide and I will tell you how you can duo this Pokemon. But real quick, if this is your first time here to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as that little bell as well, so that way you can be notified whenever I upload a new video. And I also want to give a quick shout out to my patrons on Patreon. You make this channel possible. Every little bit helps. If you want to support this channel financially, definitely consider going to the link in the description below and joining me on Patreon. I left a lot of nice little perks, so definitely go and check it out. But yeah, with that all out of the way, let's talk about how you can duo Heatran. So a big shout out to Couple of Gaming from Pokemon Go Hub. They created this really nice infographic for Heatran. Definitely go and check them out on Twitter so you can get a lot of cool stuff just like this one. So Heatran is a fire type and a steel type, which means it's going to have a double weakness to ground types. It's also going to be weak against water and fighting, but I really suggest you focus on the ground types because it's very rare that we get that double weakness. Its max catch CP is going to be at 2145, and if it's weather boosted, it's going to be 2681. And of course, it is boosted by sunny weather and snowy weather. The movesets that are available for Heatran, all of its fast moves include Bug Bite and Fire Spin, and when it comes to its charge moves, it's going to be Stone Edge, Fire Blast, Flamethrower, or Iron Head. It's going to be available in raids between January 7th, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, all the way till February 4th, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So as I mentioned, Heatran has a double weakness to ground types, and of course it's very rare that we get a legendary that has a double weakness. There's not a lot of Pokemon out there that have a type combination that has double weakness potential, but Heatran is definitely one of them. And the thing that it is double weakness to, well, it's going to be ground types. And the really nice thing about that is that there's just a lot of different ground types available to the average player. Some of these ground types include Groudon, Exadrill, Rhyperior, Garchomp. These are really nice viable options for Heatran, and you really don't need too many good ones in order to duo it. Let's take a look at the top 3 ground types that you should bring to Heatran. First and foremost, we have Groudon. Groudon definitely dishes out a lot of DPS damage, but its survivability is a little bit softer compared to some of the other ones on this list, but Groudon is definitely a great opener because of the amount of damage it can dish out. Make sure you have the moves Mud Shot along with Earthquake. Earthquake is a powerhouse move up against Heatran. It's going to chunk away a lot of its health, especially if you and your partner time your earthquakes to go off at the same time. Now, if you do not have Groudon, do not worry. I don't even think you need to trade for it, but if you really want that nice DPS in the beginning, you should trade for Groudon, but there's definitely a lot of other great options. Next up, let's talk about Rhyperior, which is the fully evolved form of Rhyhorn. You will want to make sure you have Mud Slap along with Earthquake. Again, Earthquake is going to be its best charge move by far, and of course Mud Slap attack is going to feel a little bit clunkier. It's going to feel a little bit slower than Mudshot, but it's still a very powerful move. Think of it like Confusion with Mewtwo. And because it's a little bit clunkier, it's going to be a little bit harder for you to dodge a lot of Heatran's moves, but you don't have to worry about that. Heatran doesn't necessarily have any big threats to ground types. I would say the only move that really should be concerning is Stone Edge, but Stone Edge is a charge move that's difficult to dodge anyway, so you really don't have to worry about dodging too much with Rhyperior, and of course that's because Rhyperior does have a pretty high TDO stat. Along with some really good damage, Rhyperior is a little bit more tankier, so I do suggest having it in the middle of your lineup or having it at the tail end to anchor your team. I mean, when I was doing a bunch of duos yesterday, I really only had Groudons and Rhyperiors, and I only needed to go through about 4 of my Pokemon. Like, my team yesterday was 2 Groudons, 2 Rhyperiors, and 2 Golems, and that's mainly because these were the strongest ground types that I had available to me. But you don't necessarily have to worry about it. Like, this Pokemon doesn't dish out that much damage. It's not like Virizion or Terrakion, which would eat through your first and second teams before you're able to defeat it. Ground types naturally have a pretty high TDO, so you're going to be in good shape regardless if you do not have some really good ground types. But like I said, if you don't have Groudons, you don't really have to worry. Just focus on getting Rhyperiors. They do just as well, and Rhyperiors are pretty available, especially in sunny weather. You could find Rhyhorns everywhere, so don't worry about that too much. But if you do not have a good Rhyperior and you do not have a good Groudon, well, there's plenty of other great options. One of the new additions to the ground typing is Exadrill. It is the evolved form of Drillbur, and Drillbur, depending on where you live, could be very common or it could be pretty rare, but Exadrill is also a very nice option. And if you're one of the lucky few that has a Garchomp, definitely bring Garchomp. Garchomp is pretty king when it comes to ground typing, so Garchomp is going to take you really far. But again, even compared to Rhyperior, I would say Garchomp should be at the tail end of your list, mainly because Rhyperior does have that high TDO, so it's going to be a little bit more useful. The less you dodge, the less your Pokemon needs that survivability, then yeah, you're going to be able to defeat Heatran a lot faster. But let's say you're still struggling a little bit, even with an army of Rhyperiors and Groudons, well, make sure you are at least level 30 or even level 25. But if you are level 25, you want to make sure you have a partner that is level 40 with maxed out Pokemon. But if you're both level 30, you should be okay. And of course, when I say level 30, I mean all of your Pokemon should be level 30 as well. I would say a good rule of thumb for this Pokemon is that all of your Pokemon should be powered up, where the next Stardust cost is going to be 5,005 candy. If all of your Pokemon are at least at that level and they have the right moves, then you're going to be in good shape. But there's plenty of things that could help you outside of what Pokemon you bring. Of course, the weather boost for the ground typing is sunny weather, but you have to be careful because sunny weather also boosts up Heatran, so it may not make that big of a difference. But again, it's all about defeating Heatran as fast as possible, so even if it has a sunny weather boost, like as long as your Pokemon are dishing out a lot of damage, it's going to be okay. Speaking of which, I think Heatran's hardest hitting moveset, as I mentioned before, is Stone Edge, mainly because it's very difficult to dodge and it's something that charges up pretty frequently for some reason. But the nice thing is it doesn't benefit from stab. A lot of its other moves will hit a little bit harder, but they're a lot more easier to dodge, especially Fire Blast. But yeah, aside from that, best friend bonuses really help. If you have been leveling up your friendship with your Groudons, that's going to be really useful as well, because if you do have that best buddy bonus, that will mean your Groudon will be level 41. It will dish out just a little bit more damage. Being one more level at that stage doesn't really make that big of an impact, but it still is a bit of a help if you're having struggles trying to duo this Pokemon. But yeah, there you have it, everyone. This is how you can duo Heatran. Just to reiterate, it does have a double weakness to ground types, so you will want to bring all of your Groudons, all of your Rhyperiors, make sure they are maxed out to at least level 30, and yeah, you should be able to defeat this boss pretty handily with one other player. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Have you been able to duo Heatran? Let me know. And have you gotten your shiny yet? I would love to know. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this, guys. I am Count Jinsula, and I'll catch you all later. Hey, how's it going everyone? Before I end this video, I want to talk about how you can support this channel financially. If you really enjoy my content and you want to chip in, well, definitely check out the link in the description below. It will take you to my Patreon page, and that is how you can support this channel. And on top of all of that, I left a lot of nice cool perks for you. If you really want to support my channel, then you will not go empty-handed. I will continue to improve the quality of my videos, but at the same time, I will add you to my friends list. I will give you a shout out in my videos. Speaking of a shout out, check out these patrons down below. They are the ones supporting my channel, and so can you. So definitely go and check it out. And for everyone who supports my channel, thank you. So there you have it everyone, that's gonna be it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that thumbs up button as well. I am Count Jinsula, and I'll catch you all later.